Imagine that you are sitting across from a person you really care about right now. You are both at a very small, cozy table, and the air in the room feels warm, soft, and very friendly. You tell a little joke, and she laughs at it. It is a very nice sound, like a happy song, but then you notice something that makes you feel a bit unsure. You see that everyone else sitting at the table is laughing at your joke too. Suddenly, you feel a little bit of doubt in your heart. Later that same day, you send her a simple text message on your phone, and she writes back almost right away. But then you think to yourself, maybe she is just bored today and has nothing else to do with her time. She might even look you directly in the eyes and tell you that you are her favorite person in the whole wide world. That sounds wonderful and makes you feel good. But then you remember hearing her say those exact same words to her cute little dog just this morning. So you start to wonder, how do you really know what she feels deep down inside? Here is the honest truth that most people, including most women themselves, will not usually say out loud to anyone. Women are not random or confusing at all. Every single thing a woman does when she really truly likes someone follows a very clear and simple pattern. This pattern is so exact and so consistent that once you learn how to see it with your own eyes, you will never be able to unsee it again for the rest of your life. Today, I am going to give you the secret key to help you understand all of these signals. I want to start with something that might feel a little bit uncomfortable or strange for you to hear at first. Most men spend many years of their lives completely misreading what women are trying to say to them. This is not because those men are not smart, and it is not because women are impossible to understand. It is simply because they are looking for the wrong kinds of signals. They are waiting for big, loud, dramatic moments to happen. They are watching for a woman to flip her hair in a fancy way, or to keep looking into their eyes for a very long time, or perhaps to touch their arm by accident. But the real signals that matter are much quieter than that. They are much smaller, and they are much more powerful because they are real. There are exactly 4 things that women do without even thinking about it when they truly like someone. These are not just 4 things they might do sometimes. These are 4 things that, when you see them happening together at the same time, mean only one single thing. I know this to be true because I am a woman myself. I have done all 4 of these things many times in my own life. Every woman I have ever known or talked to has done these 4 things too. We just never told you what they were until this very moment. I want you to stay with me through this entire talk because the 4th thing is something that women themselves barely even notice they are doing. Yet, it is the sign that shows the most about how she feels in her heart. Let us be very honest about something first. The world is full of advice about how to tell if a person likes you. A lot of that advice sounds like it was written by someone who has never actually met a real, living woman. They say things like, if she smiled at you, she must like you. If she looked at you once, she must be obsessed with you. If she even breathed in your direction, you should start hearing wedding bells. That is not real science. That is just wishing for something to be true. What I want to give you today is much better than that. This information comes from the real study of how people act. It comes from the study of how we connect to each other as human beings. And it comes from the way women are taught to hide their feelings while also showing them through the things they do every day. Research from a group of caring experts in the year 2019 found something very interesting. This study, which was shared in a professional journal about social relationships, showed that women show romantic interest through changes in their behavior much more than men do. They do not usually use direct words to say how they feel. In other words, she is probably not going to walk right up to you and say, "I like you." Instead, she is going to act differently whenever she is around you. She will act in ways that are so specific they form a kind of fingerprint. Today, I am going to help you read that fingerprint. These 4 signs are not just based on one person's life. They are not based on a popular post on the internet. They are patterns that happen in every part of the world and are backed by science. These patterns show up when a woman's brain has decided that you are a person who really matters to her. So, if you have ever looked at a woman and thought to yourself, "I really cannot tell if she likes me or if she is just being a nice person," this talk was made just for you. The first sign is that she remembers the tiny things you forgot you even said. This might surprise you quite a bit. Imagine you once mentioned, maybe 3 weeks ago, that you do not like the taste of a certain herb like cilantro. You said it very quickly while you were eating, and you forgot about it 5 minutes later. But then, one day, she is telling you about a new restaurant you should visit. She says, "Oh, I checked the menu for you, and they can make that dish without the cilantro." You might stand there feeling shocked. You wonder, how does she know that? It is not a coincidence. It is not because she has a magical memory. This is just how a woman's mind works when she is attracted to someone. There is real science behind this. When we care deeply about someone, our brains actually store information about them in a very special way. A study from the University of California found that when something feels important to our hearts, our brains remember it much better. This means that when a person matters to us, our brain takes everything they say and puts it in a special folder labeled important, instead of letting it be forgotten like a piece of trash. Women are especially likely to do this because of something called affiliative focus. This is just a fancy way of saying that women are very good at paying attention to the needs and feelings of people they care about. It is a documented way that the human brain works. So, when she remembers that you like your coffee black, or that your sister's name is Sarah, or even that you had a hard time with your dad, she is not just being a good listener. Her brain has made a big decision that you are worth keeping in her memory. The most interesting part is that she often does this without even knowing she is doing it. She will bring up things you like or avoid things that make you sad automatically. Compare that to how she treats someone she does not care about. If you asked her to remember what a coworker said 2 weeks ago, she would probably just give you a blank look. It is not because she is mean, it is just because her brain did not think that information was worth saving. So here is a little test for you. Think back. Has she ever talked about a small detail you mentioned a long time ago? Has she ever done something kind that showed she remembered a tiny piece of information? If she has, then you should be very happy. You have been placed in the important folder in her mind. The second sign is that she becomes a little bit competitive for your attention. This might make some women feel a little embarrassed because it is so true. When a woman likes you, she does not like sharing your attention with other people. She does not usually do this in a loud or angry way. She will not walk up and ask who that other woman is. It is much quieter than that. It is actually a little bit funny once you know what to look for. Here is how it happens. Imagine you are in a group of friends and you start talking to someone else, like another woman or even just a friend. Suddenly, the woman who likes you starts trying harder. She becomes much funnier and much more interesting to be around. Without even noticing it, she will move her body so that she is standing closer to you than she was before. She did not plan this out, but there she is, right in the middle of the conversation again. People who study behavior call this being competitive for a partner. It is one of the most honest signs that someone likes you. A study from the year 2021 found that women act more social and use more humor when they are around other people who might take your attention away. They do this even if the other person is not really a threat at all. She is not reacting because she is in danger. She is reacting because she does not want to lose your focus. That feeling is enough to make her start acting this way. She might also keep a quiet eye on who you are talking to. She will notice when another woman makes you laugh, even if she looks like she is not paying attention. She might even mention a private joke you share when other people are around. She is quietly saying, "I know him in a special way." This is not about being mean to others. This is just biology and feelings working together. Now, we have to be careful here. Not every woman who is competitive likes you in a romantic way. But the key is that she is only doing it with you. She does not do it with everyone else. That special focus is what really matters. So look to see if her energy changes when you talk to others. See if she always finds a way to be near you in a big group. The pattern is very easy to see once you look for it. The third sign is that she copies your movements, but only when she thinks you are not looking at her. This is a very cool thing that happens in the human brain. You might have heard of something called mirroring. This is when people copy how someone else is sitting or talking because they feel a connection. It is a very common way that humans act. But there is a secret about this when it comes to liking someone. The timing of when she copies you is very important. When someone is just trying to impress you, they will copy you while you are looking right at them. It feels like they are putting on a show. But when a woman is truly attracted to you, She will copy your movements when she thinks you are not paying attention. This is a response she cannot even control. For example, if you move your weight to one side, she might do the same thing a few seconds later without even looking at you. If you pick up your drink, she picks up hers. If you start talking more slowly, she starts talking slowly too. It is like she is being pulled toward you by an invisible force. This is caused by something in the brain called mirror neurons. These are special parts of the brain that fire when we do an action, and when we see someone we care about doing that same action. Scientists first found these in the 1990s at a place called the University of Parma. They found that these parts of the brain are much more active when we are around people we feel close to. Her brain is literally trying to match yours, and she cannot stop it. There is another part to this that is even more fun. Women who like you will not just copy how you move. They will also start to copy the way you talk. If you use a specific word or phrase, she will start using it too. If you like to tell jokes a certain way, she will start telling them that way too. This happens because being close in our hearts makes us talk in a similar way. A study from Harvard University found that this is one of the best ways to tell if two people really like each other. So here is a little bit of homework for you to try. The next time you are with her, make a very small move that you do not announce. Just lean a different way or move your hand. Then, do not look at her for a few seconds. If she follows your move after a short time without looking at you, her body is telling the truth that her words might not be ready to say yet. The fourth sign, and this is the biggest one of all, is that she makes up reasons to need your help. You should remember this one because it is the sign that women themselves often do not realize they are giving. It is the most powerful and honest signal of them all. When a woman really likes a man, she will find ways to be near him. She will invent small reasons that sound very normal to ask for your help. For instance, imagine she is very good at parking her car. She has been doing it perfectly since she was a teenager. But when she is with you, suddenly parking feels very hard. She might ask you to help guide her or watch her closely. She has a phone that works just fine, but there is one little thing on an app that she just cannot figure out. She asks if you could take a look at it for her. She has many smart friends she could ask for advice, but for some reason your opinion is the only one she really needs. None of these are real problems that she cannot solve. They are actually doors that she is opening so she can be near you. People who study the mind call this proximity seeking. It is a way that humans try to stay close to the people they feel drawn to. Dr. John Bowlby, a very famous man who studied how we connect to others, said that this behavior is one of the clearest signs that we care about someone. What makes this so clever is that she always has a reason. She is not admitting she just wants to be near you. She is saying she has a question or a problem that only you can fix. The more she likes you, the more these reasons will show up. To spot this, look to see if she asks for your help with things she could do herself. If she chose you instead of anyone else, then she did not really need the help. She just needed you. There is something very sweet about this. In our world, women are often told that they should not show their feelings too much. So, making up a reason to need help is a safe way for her to be around you without feeling embarrassed. It is her way of saying, "I want you in my life," even if she is not ready to say it with words. Now let us look at all of these things together. One sign on its own might not mean much. A woman who remembers your coffee might just be a very kind person. A woman who copies your movements might just be a good talker. But when you see 2, 3, or all 4 of these signs together, it is not a mistake. It is a pattern, and patterns are the truth. These signals are important because they help you feel confident. It is a very hard feeling to not know where you stand with someone. It feels much better to be able to read the room and know what is happening. Here is the last thing I want you to think about today. Women are not complicated. They are just careful. Most women have been told their whole lives that showing too much interest is a bad thing, so they do not show it directly. They show it through their memory, through being near you, and through the way they act. These 4 things are not tricks. They are the honest feelings of a person who is not yet brave enough to say them out loud. When she remembers the little details of your life, when she tries to keep your attention, when she copies your moves, and when she asks for your help, she is telling you something very real. She is showing you that she wants you to be part of her world. Now you know how to see it. So the next time you are wondering if she likes you, Do not just listen to her words. Look at her behavior. Trust what she is doing. Sometimes the most honest way we talk is not with our mouths at all. It is through the way we change our whole world just to make sure someone special stays in it. Before you go, I want you to do something that will actually help you. Think about the woman you were thinking of while you listen to this. Think of the 4 signs: 1, 2, 3, and 4. How many of them is she showing you right now? If she is showing you even 2 of them, you should know that there is even more to learn. There is another layer of signs that are even deeper. These are things most people miss because they are so busy looking for the big stuff. There are 5 other signs that a woman who likes you will show almost every single time. These signs are different from the 4 we just talked about. They are smaller, and they happen all the time in the background. I have gathered all of that information into another warm guide about the 5 signs a woman will show you every time she has feelings for you. You can see it on your screen right now. If you want to walk into a room and know exactly how someone feels about you without having to guess, that is the next thing you should learn. Do not stay in the dark. Come and learn these other signs so you can feel sure about the people in your life. I want to tell you a story about why these small signs matter so much. Imagine a world where we all said exactly what we were thinking. It would be very loud and maybe a bit scary. Women have learned over hundreds of years to be gentle with their hearts. When a woman shows you these signs, she is inviting you into a safe space she has built. She is trusting you to notice. It is like a quiet conversation between 2 souls. When you start to see these patterns, you aren't just seeing data or science. You are seeing the way she is trying to reach out to you. It is a beautiful thing. It shows that she values you enough to let her brain remember your favorite herb. It shows she values you enough to want to be the funniest person in the room for you. It shows she values you enough to match her heartbeat and her movements to yours. And most of all, it shows she values you enough to act like she needs your help, just so she can feel your presence. This is the human side of attraction. It is not about winning a game. It is about finding a person who makes the world feel a little bit smaller and a little bit warmer. When you go out into the world after this, I want you to carry this knowledge like a lantern. Let it light up the confusing moments. Let it give you the peace of mind to know that you are seen and you are cared for. You don't have to wonder anymore. You don't have to guess. You just have to look. The signs are everywhere, hidden in the small moments of your day. They are in the way she smiles when you walk in, the way she remembers your bad day, and the way she stands just a little bit closer to you than anyone else. These are the gifts she is giving you. Now that you know how to open them, I hope you find the connection you are looking for. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who puts you in their important folder. You deserve to be someone's favorite person, not just because they say it, but because they show it with every little thing they do. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope this helps you find the clarity and the love you are searching for in your life. Keep looking for those signs and trust your heart to see the truth.